The disco's come quite a long way since I bought it 10 years ago. When I got it, it was pretty standard. Still had its original seat covers and floor mats. There was a lot of hidden gremlins. There was rust everywhere. But I made the decision to try and repair it. This escalated into a rebuild that would last nearly 2 years. While I was repairing everything, I decided to do a few modifications, like lifting the suspension, fitting bigger tyres and wheels, and some interior mods too. One of the biggest jobs was this year's gearbox rebuild, to try and stop some of the rumbling noises coming from the drivetrain. Unfortunately, it hasn't fixed the problem and the noise still persists. Now I've changed everything. I've changed the front diff for a decent second-hand one. I've changed the stub axles. You might have seen in the past couple of videos, you might have noticed all that. I've also changed the front prop, but the noise is still there, so I'm going to have to dig a bit more. I think it's something to do with the transfer box, maybe a bearing or something. Not only is there a drivetrain noise, but we've just come back from a trip to the Cotswolds, and I have to say the Landy made the 500-mile trip fault-free, but it wasn't a pleasant drive. There's a rumble from the drivetrain, there's a knock from the suspension, and now I seem to have the dreaded death wobble as well. So, as you can imagine, I'm getting a bit peed off with the old disco. I've been thinking about selling it and buying another car, another four-wheel drive. I've been looking at Land Cruisers, Range Rovers, Discovery 3s, Discovery 4s, Freelanders, all sorts. Despite these all being newer and more powerful, there's one thing that these cars don't have that the Discovery does. Character. It's definitely got character. When I drive this thing, I have the biggest smile on my face. And, despite it needing constant care and attention, it never lets me down. And also, you get some comments and looks as you're driving past. I had one guy looking at me in the car while he was driving a fancy Porsche and he was looking at my old Land Rover. Says a lot, doesn't it? So, am I going to sell the Land Rover? Nah, I don't think so.